Hi, I'm Cyaneink and today I have a palette tour of my watercolor palettes. And disclaimer, I have many, you don't need this many to paint watercolors. First thing is my Schmincke palette, it's my go-to palette for everything. The tin itself is from Academy a few years back, but it has 24 set of Schmincke horadams. And I have switched some of the colors around. I think I added this scarlet and delft blue, some of the greens and some of the browns. And it's really well-rounded palette. I have never had any issues with this one. The color selection works so well that I don't need to if I would only go with the one palette for the rest of my life, it would be this. It's so good. And yeah, it's my favorite. Also, I remember all of these colors so well that I don't need having this card even here, because I just can always paint it with my eyes closed. Next, second used palette. And this actually, the physical palette has changed. This used to be on the Szmal metal palette that was really huge. I'm getting rid of that because I was not using it. It was too big for my table. I got the Holbein one, which is nice and small. I actually transferred all of the color from the big palette to here. It needs some force and palette knife and some wetting to make them stick to the pans. And I still have some of the rows empty here, so I can add some new colors. Sadly, I don't have the palette like the map here, because this is new palette. Well, colors are not new, but the palette setup is new. And also, when I moved, I had quite sad accident, and I had all of my palette maps on one pile, and I think I actually threw that out. So that's why I don't have the swatches for this one. But these are the mostly cores, and I think these there are these. This one is Daniel Smith, and I think these are Holbeins. But mostly core watercolors. And it's it used to be my second most used palette, but then because the palette was so big, I got smaller table. I actually stopped using this one because the palette was just too big for the table. The original palette is so big that it wouldn't fit in the frame. It's huge. And this one's nice and compact. It's almost same size as this regular 2014, so I like it a lot. And I think it needs some stickers. And next we go with the brand Rosa Gallery, and I have 3 palettes, but this one is the one I have been using. And when I first tried Rosa Gallery, I instantly fell in love with them, and they have been I think I painted one of the Pantovers with this one. And here's the palette map. So it's really nice. I think this is their classic collection. I haven't been adding or subtracting any colors of this one. I really like it. It works really well. There's quite a bit of warm colors. I tend to not reach those that often, but I really like the browns here. And this one of those palettes I really like to use when I'm painting animals or bunnies or dogs. Pans are really nice to re-wet, and I think they're just really nice paints, and they're also quite affordable and easy to get here. And that is something that sparked me to get more of these. This one are the same palette. They have not same colors, but the casing is the same. This one is completely new. And this one I got on the art store. The outer package was damaged, and this was heavily discounted. These were not included, but it's their modern set, and it has these 4 rows. As you can see, they are still wrapped because I haven't had time to swatch these, but it was just too good to pass. Also, I added all of I got their pastel colors here and one extra brown. You will soon see why these are here. I just added them here because sometimes I like to paint really pastel, and then I like to have the colors already mixed. Even if I could mix it with the white, but I usually don't use white. Here I think is the only watercolor white I have. So I cannot comment on the color selection because I haven't yet painted with these ones. Then something I really like. This is the first palette I have hand-picked every color, because even with the colors, I think I used their 24 set and Earth set and Intense or High Chroma set as the base. And with the Schmincke, it was their 24 Schmincke set. But this one, every color is hand-picked and bought open stock. The tin is from White Nights, it's not related to colors. It was just the only tin that had enough rows for these paints, because I got a bit too happy. But here, I think I have like own video for this palette, because they are the colors I like. I like muted colors, and also I don't like warm colors, so all my warm colors are here. Purples and a lot of greens. So I'm really excited to try this out and see how this works. I doubt it will work that well than the Schmincke palette. I think I might need to add some of the more of the reds, because I don't have that many, but I will see when I start the painting. Most of these are the new colors from the Rosa Gallery. There are some really interesting colors that I haven't seen from other makers, and yeah, they're all like picked, because one of my local art stores sells this Rosa Gallery. Also, art store not close, but like town I visited regularly carried these ones. When I was in the Helsinki, there was also two of the stores carried the Rosa Gallery. So this is the color brand I have easy time to find and easy time to replace. So that sparked me to do this one. I got a bit overboard, I think, because it's quite big for this palette. And all of the stickers are from Dan, from Penholder Art UK. I will link his store. And then it's not the core palette. It's really funny. I have like most of my palettes are like recycled, so they are not on the like right things. And these are the Szmal. Yeah, Szmal palette. And I had one of their set there as the base, and then I added some of the new colors that really speak to me. The palette map here isn't actually that accurate, because if my memory serves correct, I have been moving these around a bit. So it needs to be maybe updated. And there's also the half pants, because I personally like half pants more. They fit better. But as you can see, this is one of those huge palettes. And here I have a lot of, I have like most of the browns. So this is like when I'm painting dogs, or if I'm doing commissions or something like that, I usually pick this palette out, because this one has a lot of grays, a lot of nice neutral browns. And this is like really suited for that. And I haven't using that many of the other colors, but mainly when I need the browns, I reach this palette. And it's where this shines, and it's also the area I have the most of the like colors I got open stock. And they are residing this old huge core tin, because they cannot fit any other case. I think now on I cannot keep the order like most use it to least use it. And the next palette is from the Holbein, and this is from the store called Stickerrific, and they have the Holbein collection. And it's like Holbein, not like real pants, but the pants they have put their tube colors in, and the color selection is made by the store. And this one is really nice. You can see I have used a lot of these ones, and I think these have like really not that many browns, so they are not so well with the like natural subject, but these work really well if you want something colorful or like some anime type of art, because they have some pastels which are actually really nice. And this was the palette that got me really into the pastel, because there's the horizon blue, lilac, and also the brilliant pink, and even the cobalt green. These are the colors I would never pick myself, because I would think I would never use them. They are opaque colors, but I tend to use them. I reach at them quite often and use them quite a bit. Also, I like this palette format. It has 24 colors, so really lot of colors, and it's really compact. It's smaller than your regular 24 set. It's really light because it's plastic. The mixing area is good as well. There's also space for brush, so it has been traveling with me quite a bit. Also, I like that the colors stay in the pans, because with some of the paints, when you flip them over, the pans just pop out. But because these are powdered pans, they keep their place quite nicely. I don't remember where the sticker is, but it's just really cute cactus. The next one is my Schmincke Akademie, and they have this really tiny palette. I have used this a lot, and I think I have replaced it because I used this on my game project, and I do all the art with the watercolor and then scan. So I have used this quite a bit, and I think I have replaced almost all of the pans here at some point. Also, I did my Pantober pieces 1 year with this one. And here's the color map, really small, but it's really good. I like the color selection, even if it's a bit limited. It cannot produce all the colors, but I like that it's really traditional, and when you do watercolors with this palette, they tend to look more like watercolors. Academies are student grade paints, but they are really awesome. They are really good student grade paints, and they are one of my favorite. And also, I like this specific color selection quite a bit. It's their standard 12 set of the Academies, which came with colorful tints. And next palette, no, this is not Rembrandt. There used to be Rembrandt. There's not Rembrandt anymore. And it is some sparkly colors. I think these are mostly no brand. These are from the White Knights, and I think this is Schmincke Silver. But other of these came, I don't remember which tin they came. I got it from Amazon. They are really sparkly, and their own tin was really huge, and so I cramped this here, so they are not taking so much space. I haven't used this actually that much, because I noticed that I don't paint that many sparkly things, and also I have better sparkly paints than these ones. But the tin itself is not good. You can see I have been taped this with washi tape, because the edges are super sharp. They are like razor sharp. So this is one of those really big minus on this tin, it's sharp. And it's also affecting usability. If I would use this more, I would definitely change the tin. And then we have, I think this was called Leningrad, but they are made by St. Petersburg. They are really old vintage watercolors, and it's their student grade line, so they are quite close with the Sonnet, but they were not called Sonnet back then. They were called Leningrad, I think. And here are all the colors. I sadly don't have the palette map, but all of I got these were wrapped, and I have the stream that I unboxed this one in the iCards. But yeah, they are. I haven't painted these that much. I got them out of curiosity because they are vintage paints, and yeah. I think I should paint with these with more. Also, the palette design is really funny. You get the mixing area, and it goes here with the little pigs. So it's really. Then the case have these, and it's fully plastic. And old. I think it's something from the 90s, 80s, around that time. And there's also the Nevskaya palitra logo, which is the same as their White Knights logo. You can see it here. This is one of the newer palettes I have. It's not Cotman. It's same case as the Cotman, so I really like the case. And the colors are Winsor&Newton Professional colors. I don't like this at all. Color selection also leaves a lot to be desired, because there's the 2 yellows. This yellow is really weak. There's 2 reds and 2 blues, then green, And some browns. All the browns are really similar, and this brown is super weak. Also there's white and black. So color selection not so good. I have used this few times and decided that they are not for me. But I got it from the sale. It was in really nice wooden box, and I repurposed the box and just got the colors and noticed they are just not for me. I have been thinking maybe selling this or like rehoming it at some point, because the color selection is really weak and just like not working. Now then we are going on the less used watercolor palettes, which you can see that how much there is dust on them. And this one is this is from Jackson's, but it doesn't have Jackson's colors. I actually don't know what colors this one has. Oh, they are Schmincke Akademie. Oops. And these are their pastel academies. And I got them from the tubes. The first time I poured this out, they actually were really badly separated. And I had to pour these, got the full pans and pour these in and just like mix them a lot, because it was so much kind of binder came out. So far so good. I haven't been painting this at once. Mostly because I have the Schmincke macaron set which I used, and with this one they tend to be really hard to rivet. Then we have the macaron set. And the macaron set, this is my only metal 2012 tin, and it has the sharp edges. It's big downside for me, because I don't like get my fingers cut. Here's the macaron colors, and then here is Academia neons, and then I have 3 Schmincke supergranulating colors stuck there. What the colors? The swatches are so small that they don't show that granulate on that well, but it's the Shire set. I have been used these a few times, but even if the neons look quite bright in the palette, in the swatches they are not that bright. Also the camera doesn't mute them that much, so they are actually quite weak. Especially the blue is really weak, which I was a bit sad because. But with these ones, if I want to paint neons, I know they are not light fast. I much rather use highlighters, because those have really strong neon colors, or like acrylic inks. But with the pastels, I was really liking, because the blueberry is like really fun color. Same goes with the lavender. They are not like your usual pastels that are like pink or like really like super muted colors. They are all opaque, but they work really well if you have like colored ground, like a black paper works wonderfully. Also in the gray ground. Even these edges are like sharp, like really sharp. And then we have a Schmincke tin. No, this doesn't have Schmincke inside. It has Creativa watercolors. I had their Advent Calendar in 2020, and the colors are here. They are unused. Mostly because I forget, and this tin got like buried in my other tins. So I cannot comment on this one. These are I think these are handmade. Yeah, they look like handmade. But I haven't been trying on them, so I cannot comment on the color quality. But this is something that sometimes happens when you have like specialty watercolors, that you just have put some on the tin and then just like forget to use them. This one has half time to fit in the frame, but these are Kuretake, their Art Nouveau set number 2. I wanted this for the color selection, because color selection really speaks to me. There's muted colors, there's pastel colors, and there's the colors I tend to have in my illustrations. It's not traditional palette, and I think the mixing colors would be a bit hard on with these ones, but the pure colors really speak to me, so that was the reason I wanted to get this one. And you see, it has not been that much use. I just swatched it. I'm a bit embarrassed about that, because I just got the set. I wanted it for a long time, and when I got it, I just haven't found time to paint. And that's something that happens if you have a lot of palettes, because if I want to paint watercolors, I will go with my Schmincke palette, but at the same time, this is the palette that is usually on my palette pile on the lowest spot because it's the biggest one. So yeah. Another Kuretake palette I have. This is their small palette. I have used this bit more. I don't actually remember what this was called. It doesn't say it anywhere. But it's their like additional colors, and also the color selection really speaks to me. Like there's the quite bright green colors, I like it, and also maroon and the gray color I like, also lilac. It has quite limited palette, and this is something I wanted to get because I wanted to challenge myself and also wanted to try how the Kuretake colors work. Because I have heard, and I now know that they are a bit different than the traditional Western watercolors. I got this palette first, and then they are okay. They're quite different, but at the same time they are okay, and they work really well on like sketchbook work. So that was like my spark to get the bigger palette, because I know that these will get used, even if they didn't get used. But yeah. Then we have the section I could call too precious to be used. I think we all, if many palettes, have that section. And these are A.Gallo colors. They are Italian. Honey watercolors, aquarelle la miele, handmade in Italy. Really gorgeous wrap. I actually saved the wrap, and it's the 12 tin. Of course, it's the green colors. Also, I want to point out no sharp edges, which is much nicer than the Schmincke palette. And it's their green colors. And I have just done the swatches, and I was too scared to use this. They feel so precious to me that I haven't been using them. I'm being completely honest about that. It's like not I had like forget them like the Creativa watercolors. They were just felt too precious to be used. They have many greens, so palette is not that useful. But I can see if I would painting, let's say, landscape, this would be really usable palette for that, because there's so many greens. Also some monochromatic paintings would be really good for this palette. Also, one reason why I want to make this video is because I want to make update video on the later of this year, and I hope all of my watercolor palettes have seen more use. And then Schmincke, and this is their like thin Academy palette. When I got this, I was hoping that it has same nice 12 section like this one has, which I use for my game. This is like the color palette for the game. And when I open it up, they are not the same. There's white, and also there's only one yellow. Well, this one, yeah, it's like missing the orange, and there is just like different colors. I'm a bit sad and mad about that. Also, I didn't check that beforehand, so it's my mistake. But at the same time, palette is uniquely like shaped, and I probably just changed these colors at some point and then use this for other colors. Why I like this palette is that there's many mixing spaces, because when I was in the color theory class, I noticed that I really need, when I was mixing colors, I would need clean space for the color mixes, and this would work so well because there's so many wells, and same goes here. And it's a small form factor, but the colors that aren't that usable for me, I think. But hopefully at some point I will switch the colors around and get so more use for this palette. And then we have a really beautiful purple palette, and this is not like all of the other palettes are, I would say, complete and usable. This one is a palette that doesn't even close because it's holds all my pans I have been removed from my other palettes, or pans that doesn't have like home palette. There are some of the I have gotten as samples, and there's also the Chrome Deep, by the way, real chrome, and it's lead painted color. It's much heavier than the other bands. And then there's some of the not Schmincke, Winsor&Newton bands. One Roman smalls I got actually double. Then some of the White Knights and some Schmincke Akademie, some other random. Oh, Queen Gold, the original discontinued pigment in full pan. And that's also one of the hand pans I feel it's too precious to be even reached. I used it a little bit, there's tiny dent, but not that much. And this is like the palette I have never been painted on. It has never been like usable, but it's just like collection of my colors that doesn't have any other palette to go. I would like at some point collect like proper painting palette here, because I really like this design. I like the flat mixing space here, and it's really sturdy, so it will work well on that. Also, I like that it has really secure way to hold pans with these rails. They would fit here if I would not have the full pans in the middle row, I think. And of course the place for brush. So. No, this is not Schmincke's pastels. It has watercolors. You can see, like, these are my hands, like how huge this palette is. And it is housing my most precious watercolors I have. It's the handmade watercolors. Some are made by Eve Bolt, some are made by Dan, and I think there's even some from the Boxu paint. And it's just like these are like jewels, like beautiful jewels, or like candy. Don't eat paint, but it feels so precious that I have really hard time to, even if I love them, and even if it makes me happy to see them, especially when they are in this one box, they don't fit that well. But at the same time, I feel like they are so precious that I can't use them. And it is something I want to change this year, because I want to give these more use. I want to give them time to shine, but I still hope that this is the year that these get more use. And first step, what I'm going to do is these are going to be gone in different palette, because you can see this palette is huge. Also, it's super heavy. So it's something that is really not easy to paint with, and I think I will use the purple palette you see earlier and put collecting, like handpicking here a collection of the colors on that palette and make that usable and like use that, and then maybe switch colors around when I need. But yeah, I saved this for last because I was so like thinking I'm not going to show this, because it's I would love to show this if this would be like getting a lot of use, but it just feels so precious for me to use. So yeah, that was all of my watercolor palettes starting this year, and you saw that there are some palettes that could have more use. There was also some unopened palettes, and I hope in the end of year I can show you palette tour, and most of the palettes are then used and loved, especially these ones, because these are the most precious and the colors I really want to give them time to shine and feature more in my videos. If you have any specific questions about the colors, if you have any specific questions about the palettes, or you want more in-depth videos on the palettes, leave the comment below, because one reason I made this video is that I want to show people like what is my collection, like what colors I have. So if you are like specifically interested like in the Rosa Gallery colors, I could do review on that one, or with the Schmincke special colors or something like that. I could really make more of the videos about the watercolor palettes. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and hope I see you in the end of the year with the like well loved palettes. Bye.